Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video we're using the no new batch, no 11th anniversary, no shenaniganry teams for the Super Boss 15-star event against ZORO for the 11th anniversary. Like I said, we're not using 11th anniversary characters. Hopefully these teams help you guys out with taking down this event. This is the team we're rocking for the quick variation, but we are using a Kizaru friend captain. Just take note, we are not using the S-Snake support rare recruit. We're not using Kizaru on the team, Nami on the team, Luffy or Sanji. Hell, we're not even using Saturn, even though that motherfucker's not even out yet. But we're not using any of those shenanigans. We are, like I said, we will be bringing a Kizaru friend captain, just because Kizaru he's the man. He's like built for this fight. Downside to this team is we don't have a rush. We don't have a super tandem. We could probably improve it to get that. We could definitely use something like ZORO and Kaku as our leader to get an extra conditional buff. That could probably work. And then that way we get the super tandem. I might actually switch to that. Since we don't actually get the aces rush and we want to get the shenanigans with our our Sanji Nami and our Usopp Lilith, I think this is probably going to be the better setup. Again, Jabra support for the extra carryover of conditional buffs. Let's dive in. Let's do it. Let's rock it. Obviously, we are using 2 anniversary exclusive and some newest characters that have come out of the last couple of months. But like I said, these characters are on the banners right now, and you might have picked these characters up instead. Treasure Map Frankie's probably the one that a lot of people are missing out on, but you do have the Khalifa if you do want to try and bring her instead. The Shipbind is probably going to be a little bit of a nuisance for a lot of people. So hopefully you guys have these particular setups. So we're going to just tear our way through the first stage like this. No issues whatsoever. Then on stage 2, we come up against Luffy. Now, Luffy gives us burn and a whole bunch of special reverse. Now, the burn doesn't matter because of Kizaru, but the special reverse can be a bit of a problem. Not something that we have to be like too terrified of, though. We're going to use the captain shift of our Luffy and Lucci unit. Now we have them as captain. As you can see, the Jabra special went off, and that support went off, and that particular support is very key in extending that conditional buff from what's his name, from ZORO and Kaku as a captain. That way we carry the increased damage taken and the defense down conditional into this final stage too, which is going to be very, very handy for this final stage. So we get special bound, which Kizaru takes care of. There is ship bind, a territory, intimidation. Whole bunch of nasty stuff happens here. Like a whole bunch of nasty stuff. So what we're going to do first is we are going to super swap with ZORO Kaku. ZORO and Kaku give us an attack boost and an orb buff. Oh no, we don't want to do that first. I take it back. I totally forgot about the intimidation. The intimidation's a bit of a bitch, so we want to use the EX of our Kizaru friend captain first. Then we can super swap with ZORO and Kaku. That's going to extend the conditional buff, but give us an overrideable attack and orb buff. That is the key thing here. So then we can switch with our what's the character called? Usopp and Lilith, and then we can super swap with our Sanji and Nami character. Now this is where stuff gets a little bit finicky, right? Because we want to use Kizaru to give the cooldowns back to the middle row. And then we want to also use ZORO and Kaku. So we want to do this first to get the territory, the chain, all that fun stuff. Then we want to use ZORO Kaku. ZORO Kaku are going to give the increase in the chain buff. Then we can use the EX to increase that chain boundary. Now, this is where we want to use the attack boost. Well, we want to use Frankie. Frankie gives color affinity and there's the ship bind. And he gives more resistance down. Usopp Lilith should override the attack boost, delay, and weaken. So pretty nice chunky attack boost there, as well as remove the damage nullification. And then Nami and Sanji, they should override the orb buff and give the increased damage taken. So now all of a sudden there's increased damage taken, a whole bunch of like beneficial orbs here. We can then use the Luffy and Lucci special. That's going to double stack our conditional buff and give us set target. And then with their EX, we can get rid of that super pesky super block slot. I don't think we want to disable captain. We can stay there. Now we can use the super class of Usopp Lilith. That's going to double increase the attack boost. Then we can use this super class of the Nami and Sanji unit, and then, like, doing so much now. Holy crap, this team, dude. So we're sitting at a 3.72 attack boost. We have the 3 times conditional plus a 2.25 conditional. We have the 3.72 orb boost. We have the chain multiplier buff at 2.0. Chain boundary starting at 4 times, I believe. We're getting, like, color affinity, super tandem. Like, we have a lot going for us here. Holy moly. So how do we even want to start this? I don't even know where we begin. Let's just go. I mean, you're going to kill, right? Yeah, like, so much temp damage, bro. Like, holy crap. So this team should this team should rock socks, man. This team should do very, very well. The only thing it's missing is a rush. Like, I really wish that we could include a rush here, and then it would just do even more disgusting things. But as you can see, like, this should definitely hit 1 trillion, and I don't really see it being too much of a problem. Alright, so moving on to the Infight now. Damn, I was actually super impressed with that last run. Moving on to the Infight now. This is the team we're going to be rocking. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji's friend captain. That's the team, those supports. Let's dive on in. Now, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji give 2 turns of verse cooldown. So, something that I completely glossed over. And something that might actually be very, very viable for getting his verse ability off. I don't know if it's super accessible, because realistically, all we can do is, like, stall 1 extra turn here. But this particular stage does give us 1 turn of cooldown as well, right? So at this point, all we need is 5. Oh no, 6. We're still at 6. Okay. We might not be able to get it. Let's just see what happens. If we just tap once, like, we don't lose anything for stalling. So, like, let's just see if we can get it by the final stage. We might not. It's not looking good. Like, it's not looking like we will. I believe we'll probably still be 1 turn short, unless we can somehow get, like 1 orbs or sight orb here. I don't know if we will. So we need Shanks to get around the barrier and the damage reduction there. We're going to use the super swap of Kid and Law here, just because I don't have any reason to use their multiplicative on the final stage. There's just, like, no reason to whatsoever. And then we should be able to easily kill here. Yeah, see, Luffy's still going to be 1 charge, like not close enough to his, like, verse special. If you could, like, bring another character that gives the verse special cooldown, like, or something like that. It doesn't look like you need the cooldowns either. So maybe there's a support that, like, we can use to get the verse effect charge. Let me know in the comment section below if there is a support that can do that. So that would be spicy. So we're going to use the verse, the EX of Shanks first. That's going to remove the intimidation. That is very, very important that we do that. Then we're going to use the Kid and Law special. That's going to increase our super types as well as set the defense to 0. We don't have to worry about that now. Do we have a conditional in this team? Yeah, we do. We have the Luffy conditional. Yeah, cool. Now we have their attack boost. We have their orb buff from Shanks. We can actually, if we use Yamato here, Yamato is going to provide the increased damage taken. Goes through full immunity now, which you love to see. We are also going to use the Yamato final tap, which is really, really nice. We can use the EX of you. I don't imagine that does anything too detrimental, I believe. Oh, actually, I think I was meant to switch with you first, use your special first, then use the EX, and then use the Yamato chain buff. I think the Yamato chain buff is still 2.0 though, so, like, it's not the end of the world. I think I was meant to use the EX now and increase the multiplicative buff. I'm pretty certain that's what I was meant to do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I was meant to do. Oh, well, beggars can't be choosers. We're going to use the Luffy, Zoro, Sanji special. We're going to remove that paralysis, get around that territory there. Now that we've got everyone in free spirit, we can then use the Luffy special. Luffy's going to give us a free spirit territory as well. He also gives us the conditional buff and gives us chain boundary, which is really, really fun too. So from here, we're pretty much, like, off to the races. I think we could probably rush with Shanks last. That might do more damage. But at the same time, like, I'm looking at the, I'm looking at this, like, ooh la la. So let's just rush. Like, we're going to kill here, so it doesn't matter because it's still so early. But, yeah, there's a lot of damage, dude. There's a lot of damage in this particular team. But let me know what you guys' damage numbers are if you guys are using these later down the line. While you're down in the comment section, below, like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Loads!